Be honest, the world has gone crazy about weight loss. Years ago, people simply ate less and moved more. Now many inject diabetes drugs just to fit summer clothes faster. Is that progress or panic? If you feel there must be a smarter way, one based on biology instead of chemicals, stay with me. Most people trying to lose weight miss one powerful truth that changes everything completely. They count calories until they feel stressed and obsessed, or they depend on weekly injections. But fat gain is not mainly about calories. It is about hormones controlling whether your body stores fat or burns it. Your body runs on hormones, like software runs a computer. These chemical messengers send commands every second. Store energy, burn energy, feel hungry, stop eating. When hormones are balanced, your body regulates itself naturally. Many experts, including fasting specialist Dr. Jason Fung, explain that fat loss depends on activating the right hormones. You already store thousands of calories as body fat. The problem is accessing them safely. Think about it. You may carry 200,000 calories stored in fat cells. That is a massive energy reserve, yet you still feel hungry. Why? Because your body has locked the vault. The first key hormone is GLP-1. Your body naturally produces this powerful appetite controller inside your small intestine after you eat certain foods. It tells your brain you are satisfied. Modern weight loss drugs copy GLP-1 artificially. They flood the body with it all day long. That is why people say they feel no hunger. But your body can create it naturally. When you eat fiber-rich foods like beans, oats, and chia seeds, GLP-1 rises. Protein also increases it strongly, especially whey, eggs, fish, and high-quality meat. Fermented foods help support this process. Kefir, kimchi, and traditional sauerkraut improve gut health and signal fullness earlier. Instead of forcing appetite down with injections, you trigger your own natural stop system through smarter food choices. Eating itself activates a feedback loop. Your stomach stretches. Your intestines release hormones. Your brain receives the message, enough. But this only works well when meals contain real nutrients, not processed sugar. There are two other powerful fullness hormones that work closely together. They respond especially to protein and healthy fats. These hormones help you stay satisfied for many hours after a meal. Have you noticed some meals keep you full for 6 hours while others leave you hungry after one? It is not just calories. It is how your body reads volume, protein, and fat. When your stomach expands, stretch receptors send signals to your brain telling you to stop eating. Protein increases a hormone called peptide YY, which reduces appetite effectively and steadily. Healthy fats trigger another hormone called cholesterol. This hormone slows digestion and increases satiety. That is why a meal with eggs, salmon, or steak feels different from a sugary breakfast. Look at animals in the wild. You do not see obese antelopes or overweight lions. Their appetite systems regulate naturally. If they overeat and slow down, survival becomes difficult quickly. Your body has similar built-in regulation, but processed foods confuse these signals. When fiber is removed and carbohydrates are ground into fine white flour, they enter your bloodstream extremely fast. White bread, pasta, pastries, and sweet drinks spike blood sugar rapidly. Insulin rises sharply. This unnatural surge overrides your natural fullness system and encourages continued eating. Beyond real energy needs, liquid calories are especially dangerous. Soda and fruit juice do not activate fullness hormones properly. You can drink hundreds of calories and still feel hungry afterward, leading to overeating later. If you want longer-lasting fullness, start meals with protein and healthy fats. Eat slowly. Give hormones time to activate. A solid meal may reduce hunger even into the next day. This natural strategy reduces appetite without counting calories. You are not fighting hunger. You are working with your biology. But fullness alone is not enough. What about the fat already stored? Your fat cells produce a hormone called leptin. Leptin tells your brain that you have enough stored energy and should stop eating. It acts like a body fat thermostat. In many overweight individuals, the brain stops responding properly to leptin. This condition is called leptin resistance. The signal is present, but the brain ignores it, leading to continued hunger. Why does leptin resistance develop? One major cause is long-term consumption of ultra-processed carbohydrates. Constant spikes of glucose and insulin. disrupt normal hormone communication within the brain over time. Sleeping only 5 or 6 hours raises hunger hormones and reduces leptin sensitivity. Quality sleep between 7 and 8 hours supports proper hormone balance. Intermittent fasting can also improve leptin sensitivity. Taking breaks from constant eating allows hormone levels to reset. Even fasting windows of 16 hours can make a noticeable difference when leptin works correctly. Your body self-regulates again. You stop constantly thinking about food. Appetite becomes calmer. Cravings decrease naturally without extreme willpower or strict calorie counting. But fasting does something else powerful. It activates another hormone that increases fat burning even while you sleep. This hormone is growth hormone. Often misunderstood, but extremely important. Growth hormone is not just for children growing taller. In adults, it helps preserve muscle mass and promotes fat burning, especially when insulin levels are low during fasting periods. When you stop eating for 16 to 18 hours, insulin drops. Your body shifts from storing energy to using stored fat. Growth hormone levels rise to protect muscle tissue. At the same time, your nervous system becomes more alert. Think of a hungry wolf in the wild. It does not become weak and sleepy. It becomes focused and energized. This natural survival response increases fat burning. Deep sleep, strength training, and intermittent fasting all support healthy growth hormone levels. Even people over 50 can benefit greatly from resistance training by protecting muscle and encouraging fat usage. Growth hormone supports healthy body composition. But there is one hormone that controls everything more than any other, and it can block fat burning completely. Now let us talk about the real commander of fat storage. This hormone decides whether energy is stored or released. It explains why two people eat similar meals but experience completely different results. That hormone is insulin. Insulin is not evil. It is essential for life. But when insulin stays high for long periods, your body receives one clear command: store energy immediately. Whenever you eat carbohydrates, especially refined ones, your blood sugar rises. Insulin is released to move that sugar into cells. The problem begins when this happens too often every day. If insulin remains elevated, your body cannot easily access stored fat. It is like locking your savings account while constantly depositing money. You feel hungry despite carrying massive energy reserves. Weight gain is not simply calories in versus calories out. Hormones decide what happens to those calories. High insulin signals storage. Low insulin allows fat burning and energy release naturally. Doctors have known for decades that when patients inject insulin for diabetes treatment, weight gain commonly follows. That is because insulin directly instructs the body to store energy efficiently. This has nothing to do with weak willpower. It is biology. If your hormone signals storage, your body obeys. Fighting it with pure discipline feels exhausting and often fails long term. So the real question becomes simple. How do you lower insulin safely and consistently without extreme dieting? The answer lies in stabilizing blood sugar through smarter eating patterns. Focus on foods that do not spike glucose rapidly. Eggs, fish, meat, leafy vegetables, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and avocados keep blood sugar stable and insulin relatively controlled. Avoid refined carbohydrates such as white bread, pastries, sugary drinks, candy, and sweetened cereals. These foods enter the bloodstream quickly and cause dramatic insulin spikes repeatedly. Even frequent snacking can keep insulin elevated throughout the entire day. Every bite triggers some insulin response. Constant grazing prevents your body from ever switching into fat-burning mode. Intermittent fasting helps break this cycle. When you stop eating for 14 to 16 hours, insulin levels gradually fall. This opens the door to stored fat as usable fuel. During this lower insulin state, your body begins accessing the thousands of calories stored in fat cells. Energy becomes available. Hunger often decreases once the transition becomes natural. Many people fear fasting will slow metabolism. In reality, short-term fasting often increases alertness and fat-burning hormones. Your body is designed to handle periods without constant food. Remember the image of the wild wolf. When food is scarce, it becomes sharper, not weaker. Human biology evolves similarly. We are built for flexibility between feeding and fasting. When insulin drops and growth hormone rises, fat cells release stored energy. This is the missing link many dieters never understand. Without lowering insulin, fat burning remains limited. This explains why someone eating frequent low-fat, high-carb meals may struggle. Even with calorie control, repeated insulin spikes signal the body to prioritize storage over burning. It also explains why two people eating equal calories may see different results. The timing, composition, and hormonal response of those meals matter more than raw calorie numbers alone. So what is the practical strategy? First, build meals around protein and healthy fats. These stabilize blood sugar and support satiety hormones we discussed earlier. Second, reduce ultra-processed carbohydrates dramatically. Whole foods with fiber digest slowly and create smaller glucose rises compared to refined flour and added sugars. Third, introduce structured fasting windows. Begin with 12 hours overnight. Gradually extend to 14 or 16 hours if comfortable. Listen to your body, not extreme trends. Fourth, prioritize sleep. Poor sleep increases cortisol and disrupts insulin sensitivity. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep improves hormone balance and appetite regulation significantly. Fifth, include resistance training several times per week. Muscle tissue improves insulin sensitivity and increases metabolic health. Strength training remains powerful at any age. Over time, these habits lower average insulin levels. Your body regains access to stored fat. Hunger becomes more predictable. Energy levels often feel steadier throughout the day. You may notice fewer cravings, reduced belly fat, and more stable moods. These are signs your hormonal environment is shifting toward balance instead of constant storage mode. This is not a crash diet. It is a hormonal reset. Instead of forcing calorie restriction through willpower, you adjust the signals that control fat storage automatically. When insulin remains chronically high, fat cells stay locked. When insulin falls appropriately between meals, fat cells open. That simple switch changes everything about weight management. Many people ask, why could I never access my stored fat before? The answer is simple. The hormonal environment was blocking the door. Now you understand the mechanism. Control insulin, and you influence weight. Stabilize blood sugar, and you stabilize hunger. Improve sleep and strength, and you support long-term fat burning. This approach respects your biology. It does not rely on extreme restriction or expensive injections. It works with the natural systems already built inside your body. Of course, individual health conditions vary. Anyone with diabetes or medical concerns should consult a healthcare professional before major dietary or fasting changes. But for many people, the core principle remains powerful and clear. Lower insulin strategically, activate natural fullness hormones, and give your body time between meals. You do not need to starve yourself. You do not need to count every calorie obsessively. You need to manage the signals controlling storage and release of energy. If this perspective changed how you see fat loss, imagine what happens when you apply it consistently for several weeks. Small hormonal shifts create major physical changes. The secret was never extreme restriction. It was understanding your internal chemistry. Your body is not broken. It has simply been receiving the wrong signals. Now you have the knowledge to send better ones. Lower insulin, eat real food, sleep deeply, lift weights, fast strategically. Let your biology work for you. If you found this helpful, make sure you watch the next video where we break down specific meals that keep insulin low all day and support continuous fat burning. Subscribe and stay with this channel if you want science explained simply, without hype or shortcuts. Your transformation starts with understanding, and today you took the first step.